Wow, that's a big question.
You really don't have to give
Um,
a smart answer because it really is a hard question.
it's actually a funny story. Because I was already 21 years old when Runar was casting for the role, and I mean the boy is supposed to be 16 years old, so he hadn't even thought of me for it. I mean, we had, like I said, we worked together before on the short, but he just thought that I was too old, like I am now. You know, I have a beard and long hair, and I look very much older. But I was doing an advertisement, a commercial with his wife, and for the commercial, I shaved and I cut my hair and I looked a little more boyish. And that's when she got the idea and kind of picked Runar's shoulder and said, "Hey, you know, maybe he can pull it off." Me and Ingvar, who played my dad, we worked a lot on set and very closely with Runar to change some of the lines that had been written. Um, I wouldn't exactly say improvisation. I mean, but there was a lot of reworking while we were on set. Some of the kids scenes were improvised. The scene where we smoked the marijuana and we're sitting in the little courtyard or backyard or whatever, and we're, you know, just shooting the shit, talking about whatever and laughing. That was all improvisation. And Runar just let the camera roll for a while, and we just, you know, started talking about all sorts of stuff, and it came out this really cute scene out of that. And I think I think that's the only thing that was improvised that I can think of, at least right now. I think there's a very big contrast between the city life and the country life, for sure. And I felt that as soon as I arrived on the location, because we were shooting at in the West Fjords for um, 1.5 months, and immediately when I arrived on the location, I felt this sort of this isolation that is so thematic in the film and throughout the whole film. And being away from my family and friends sort of helped me get into the idea of being away from, you know, your mother and being away from all your friends, like your real friends. It's very implemented in the Icelandic culture that the sun plays a vital role, not only in if it's day or night, but also in how you're feeling and how your soul is and all these sorts of things. So during the summer, people go crazy and they go and party for 3 days straight because they just their mind is just rolling. And um and then, you know, as a juxtaposition, like I said, people lay in bed for 3 days during the winter because they can't get out of bed because there's no sun and there's nothing, there's no light in their life. Working with the kids was always super fun, especially Valle, who played Basse, the kid, my friend. Working with him was always just the funniest thing ever because we would show up on set and it would be maybe, you know, 7 a.m. in the morning, and everyone would be like really tired getting coffee, but he was always up there. He was always like this, ready for the day and just like, all right, let's do this. And he was just so full of energy and always like cracking jokes and making fun of stuff. And, you know, he had these phrases that he would just throw out, like phrases that nobody had heard before, but because he was this, you know, so immersed in the teenage world, that he had these amazing weird phrases that nobody knew, and he had to explain it to the crew because the crew consisted of people, you know, average age of like 30 or
Yeah,
something. And me, I was 21. I had no idea what he was talking about,
really.
but it was always a pleasure working with him on set. I think Are will move away pretty soon to his own place. You know, he's already at the end of the film, he's already pretty independent. I think you know, he goes to school, and well, that was the plan, that he would go to school there. And I think he'll keep on living with this little secret, and I don't think he's ever going to. tell anyone. He'll not tell anyone until much much later, I think. And I don't even think Laura is the love of his life. I don't think they're going to last that long. Maybe they'll date for a few months, but ultimately, I don't think she is the one. Hello, thank you so much for watching my film and selecting me. Gusty, is that right? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.